I was fortunate enough to get into this peer support as a recovering addict and a recovering from a mental illness. I was at a meeting one night and I decided that this is what I wanted to do, bring a message of recovery to other people that weren't so fortunate. And I happened to mention in a meeting that I like to do that. And somebody after the meeting asked me if I was sincere about it. And I told her absolutely. And within a week I had an application, and within 2 weeks I had a job. And I've been at it ever since. I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I love it. It's taught me a lot. I've been diagnosed 5 years ago as a manic depressant, and I took my medicine, but I also self-medicated. And I learned very quickly that the two do not mix. You know, when you're self-medicating, it registers out the medicine that the doctors are giving you. So it wasn't until 3 years ago when I got serious about my recovery that, you know, the medicine the doctors were giving me absolutely worked. You know, if they didn't work, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'd be in bed. I wouldn't be showering. I wouldn't be eating. I wouldn't be answering the phone. So I'm very thankful for the recovery process. Peer support has taught me a lot. I have women that I work with now that came before me, and I value their friendship, and I look up to them as mentors, and they pave the way in peer support program for people like me. My success rate has been pretty good. I've had women leave my group and go home and stay on their medicine and not self-medicate any longer. And they've written me cards. They've sent me cards in the mail, homemade cards. I'm doing great, Miss Lynn. Thank you for your support. The peer support program is needed, and I think it's a very valuable, process to this. A lot of times they don't want to go home. Their social worker doesn't know that because they haven't told anybody. They feel like they can relate to me because I'm on their level. And so I'll go to the social worker and I'll say, so-and-so doesn't want to return home. She doesn't think that's a good place setting for her. She thinks she'll be back out using and not taking her medicine. And a lot of times the social worker wouldn't have even known that. And they'll meet up with them again, and they'll put them in a halfway house, or they'll put them in, place them wherever they think they need to be for a fresh start. And we don't see those women come back. We give them that hope. And the Peer Bridgers have an enormous amount of resources that they can offer. Anything from shelter to clothing to food banks, whatever the case may be, getting them their medicines. We have clients that are so shy and so withdrawn because they've been rejected and neglected for so long that they're afraid to speak out on their own behalves. So that's kind of what we do. We kind of take them under our wing, so to speak, and we kind of hear their voice and we know what their wants and their needs are, and then we go to bat for them. At least I do. We all suffer from something. I don't care what it is. We all suffer from something. And it's just a humane thing to do is to look out for your fellow neighbor. I mean, that's just what God wanted us to do.